Grand Rising gods and goddesses, welcome to my channel, Ace Confab. I'm Davina Bays, you already know. So today I want to talk about the benefits of being a Moor. If you watched my last video, you already know what I mean when I say being a Moor. If not, that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and post a little screenshot of what being a Moor is, okay? So we can clear that up real quick. Being a Moor is just a copper colored being, period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm a copper colored being. I'm a Moor. I'm not black, ain't been black, never been black, period. So I want to talk about the benefits of being a copper colored being or being a Moor. So let's get straight to it, right? When you are a Moor, an active Moor, right, you study. So it's all about studying, right? You want to study, right? I can't even emphasize that enough, okay? So first thing, you know, when you do your research, you find out that you're tax exempt. Yes, like sales taxes, like when you go to Walmart and Burger King and Taco Bell and any other place that charges sales tax, okay? So when I found out that I was a Moor and it came with a lot of benefits, I was like, let me reap the benefits, right? Because obviously I'm a Moor. Okay, so I'm tax exempt, and I'll post a receipt, a picture of a receipt, to prove to y'all like I'm tax exempt. I actually just went to Macy's, and tax exempt, okay, period. Like, why am I paying taxes if I'm a Moor? I'm a copper-colored being. And like I said, when you become a Moor, you understand that certain things apply and don't apply to you. Also, little disclaimer, I'm not a licensed tax attorney, I'm not a licensed attorney or tax expert. Obviously, this is for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only, okay? I also self-medicate, so do your own research. Don't believe what I say. I could be on crack right now, okay? So, not the point. Right? Speaking of that, let me get right into this real quick. Got some new medicine today, y'all. Yay, you know. Anyways, so like I was saying, there's a lot of benefits to being a Moor. And one of the benefits is being tax exempt. Like, you don't have to pay sales taxes. And to be honest, I'm gonna tell y'all like off top, I'm not tax exempt. I'm not obligated, okay? There's a difference between exempt and non-obligated. And me, I'm not obligated, okay? So there's that. Another benefit to being a Moor is knowing your nationality, knowing where you come from. Like, that's super important. You want to know, like, well, I want to know where I come from, right? And so that's super important, like, because if you're, like, how do I say this, right? So, long story short, when you do your research, you find out that you're not exempt from taxes. And what I mean by that is you're not obligated, simply because Article 16, if I'm not mistaken, again, don't quote me, do your own research, right? It says only Congress has the power to lay and levy taxes. Let me say that again for y'all. Only Congress has the power to lay and levy taxes. If that is the case, then Walmart, Target, Old Navy, McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, and any other corporation that you can think of that charges you taxes, they are not Congress, so why are they taxing you? They're taxing you because you are ignorant. Duh. Okay, so when you're ignorant, you have to pay taxes, and that's just the life you live. Yeah, it's just as simple as that. When you are a Moor, you know that not only do you not have to pay taxes at the stores, you know that you don't have to pay taxes with the plantations that you slave at, okay? So there's a form, and again, do your own research. I am not licensed, okay? Educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only, okay? But you don't have to pay taxes at your plantation, because there's a form called W4T form, and it's obviously not easy to find. But if you want to, like, hit me up in my DMs or email me through my website, I will provide you with some information on that. Of course, everything is through donations. If you want my time, obviously time is valuable, so don't waste it. But yeah, like, you're not obligated to pay taxes. There's a W-4T form that you provide to your plantation owners, and they don't have to take taxes from your paycheck. When you're Moor, you know that your social security number is a private account number, okay? You know that because if you look at your regular, like, bank, like, if you're with Wells Fargo, Chase, whatever bank you're with, right? Your account number is 9 digits. Sorry, it is. Check it out. Go look it up yourself. It's 9 digits. So with your account number being 9 digits, just like your social security number, sounds like an account number to me, is all I'm saying, okay? So that's another benefit of being Moor. Like, if you really think about what you use your social security number for, really they use it for like a few things. One, to tax you, right? Your black butt, okay? They use it to tax you. And then another thing that they use it for is so-called identification when you're like signing up like to get a service, like whether it be like your water bill, your light bill, your phone bill, like they use it to track you. So, but you have to know how to get around these things. And when you're a Moor, obviously that comes up in conversation or confabulation. But yeah, so you get all this, like, I'm telling you, look, when you're a Moor, you find out that you're not supposed to be giving no babies no Similac, because it has mercury, lead, iron, and all that arsenic, all that crazy stuff in there, and they got that stuff on recall, man. And when you go in the stores, do you wonder why you still see it in there? When you're a Moor, you start to realize that the FDA stands for the Food and Drug Administration. Why are those two things together? Food and Drug Administration. So to me, after becoming a Moor, and when I say become a Moor, right, don't take that literal. I don't mean I just woke up and I became a Moor. No, because I was born a Moor. When I discovered my Moor nationality, other things started to open up in my brain, is what I'm saying. Like, Food and Drug Administration. Why are they together? Because when you go to the store, H-E-B, Kroger, Walmart, Fry's, Publix, wherever you go, they have food on one side and the pharmaceutical section on the other side. Like, it's separate in the store. Why would it be separate? Why? I'll tell you why. Because the Food and Drug Administration they're overlooking to make sure that there's not, like, there's a right amount of drugs in your food, is really what it is. They're saying, hey, we're the Food and Drug Administration. We do administer drugs in the food, right? And we just need a organization to say how much is okay and how much is not okay. Because if you look in other countries, like they say that certain foods aren't allowed in other countries, but that's really not completely true. Certain foods are allowed in other countries, but some of the ingredients in the foods are not allowed in other countries, okay? There's a difference, right? So, that's another benefit of being a Moor. Like, right, your eyes start to open up so much, like, so much. It's crazy. You just start to see things for what it is. Like, when you're Moor, you start to understand the etymological definition of certain words. Like, it just, things like you want to broaden your vocabulary horizon. You become part and parcel of your government if you are an active Moor, okay? You come to understand that when you get bills in the mail, it says billing statement, and if I make a statement to you, then you just have to respond. Like, just respond. That's all you have to do. And when you respond to this billing statement, it's paid. You understand that all debts are prepaid according to HJR 192. Okay? So these are things that as a Moor, when you're an active Moor, right, doing your due diligence, you start to understand so much. Like, your eyes start to open up. It's like, you know, Aladdin, like the whole new world type thing, right? Yeah, okay, so it gets wild. It gets wild. So, like, dude, it's crazy. Like, me discovering my Moor heritage, people are like, oh, well, that's people that are from Morocco. Duh. I am a Moor American, just like people come over here from China and they say they're Chinese American and Asian American and African American, right? I'm a Moor American. I'm a descendant of Moroccans born in America. Period. It's as simple as that. Prove me wrong if you think otherwise. Until then, shut the F up. I can't tell y'all this Moor life hasn't been hard to stay on top of, because it has been, right? Like, I have to constantly want to learn every day, but all I can think of is like the future, the future, the future, the future. When you're a Moor, you go and you find out that your birth certificate doesn't identify you. According to Criminal Resource Manual, section 1508. It says that your nationality card is supposed to be your prime means of identification. However, if you don't have a nationality card, which most of us so-called black people don't, okay, then you need to use your birth certificate or your driver's license or your state ID, right? And when I say, like, black people, I mean any copper-colored person who's calling themselves anything other than a Moor. If you call yourself black, Mexican, Spanish sounds crazy because you can't be Spanish. That's a language. Anyways, black, Mexican, Spanish, Hispanic, Ethiopian, like all these extraterrestrial terms, like, nah, if you're copper colored, you're more, period. I'm not hearing it. Like, you can't debate that with me. That's not anything that I'm gonna debate anybody about. Like, when I look at you, I'm making a clear, yes, I'm judging. Yes, I am. Making a clear judgment. I look at you, you're any tone of copper, you're Moor. In my household, there are only two types of people. You're either a Moor or you're a European, period. There's no in between. You're not, oh, I'm mixed. Mixed with what? Everybody's mixed. Honestly, there's no such thing as a purebred anything. I got white in my family. White, right? Like, I have European in my family. So, and, like, everybody is mixed in a sense. Like, there's no pure anybody. Like, everybody was getting raped, molested, all that. That's nothing new. You feel me? All I'm saying is, there's no such thing as mixed. Sorry, not sorry. You're a Moor or you're a European. It's as simple as that. I don't care if you're Dominican, Spanish. I don't care, because this is what they did. It's called divide and conquer, right? So if I have a cousin, right, and I'm just saying this as an example so like we can get an understanding here. If I have a cousin and my cousin goes to modern day Morocco and learns Swahili, and then she has a baby and that baby learns Swahili, that baby may not speak Babel, okay? So if the baby doesn't speak Babel, but the baby does speak Swahili, that baby's still my cousin. Period. It doesn't matter just because you speak another language, just because technically her nationality would be different than mine, but that doesn't make her not my cousin. If my cousin had a baby, that's still my cousin. It doesn't matter what language the baby speaks. It doesn't matter where the baby was born. It doesn't matter. We're still cousins. We're still related. So that's what the whole divide and conquer thing ultimately came to. Like, I'm going to call you guys Spanish. I'm going to call you guys Spaniards. I'm going to call you guys Hispanics. I'm going to call you guys Negroes. So you guys think you're all different. But as far as I can remember, when I've talked to any Moors that I've talked to, right, in my family or not, everybody's, oh, we got Indian in our family. We got Indian in our family. Okay, or we had Indian in our family. What does that mean? What does that mean, we had Indian in our family? Where did it go? Who took it? Like, if my grandma's Indian and then she has my mom's Indian. And then my mom has me, I'm Indian. And then I have a baby, that baby's Indian. Right? That is what it is. It doesn't just like skip a generation. Like, both of my parents are Moors. Period. Like, chocolate Moors, as you can see, you feel me? Because I'm nicely chocolate anyways, y'all. But y'all get what I'm saying. So, I just feel like that was done purposefully, right? It was done purposefully. Divide and conquer. Like, listen to the thing. Like, there are things that are so simple that you used to hear all the time, and it's like when you hear somebody say it, you're like, oh yeah, I've heard that before. But it's so simple. It's not something that you think you should live by. But no, it definitely is. Like, divide and conquer. I know all the time if I'm in like any type of relationship, like, and someone from the outside has something to say about like either me or my significant other in the relationship or the other person, whatever, like, if that's the case, like, I'm gonna tell them, like, hey, are we arguing because of someone else? Because that sounds like divide and conquer to me. Like, I'm sorry, I'm always thinking about that. Like, I can't ever allow anybody to ever come between me and like anybody else. Like, only that person can make me be like, all right, I'm good on you. You feel me? But I just, whatever. All I'm saying is, look, being a Moor has got me to this point of where I just, like, this is the age of information. Like, I need to know everything about everything. I'm not going to keep passing down these lies, because who said we have to pay taxes, y'all? Who said that? Like, I just want to talk to him real quick. Like, who said that? But it does say that only Congress has the power to lay and levy taxes. And I know who said that. And if the same people that said that are the same people that said that we have to pay the taxes, then I'm confused. But did they write that down too? Like, did they say we have to pay them and then we don't have to pay them? Or did they just write down that we don't have to pay them? Because I don't know. Like, I just, like, you could say you heard it, like, yeah, oh, my mama does it. My mama said this. My grandma been telling, okay, I mean, that's cool. Y'all, I'm going to be honest. But, like, I'm in my, like, early 20s, okay? And I'm going to be honest. This whole, like, I don't know how to say this nicely, so let me think about it for a second. All of our parents are not the brightest, is what I'm going to say. You can say, oh, my mama's smart, she got a degree, this and that. Okay, my mother has a degree too. My father has multiple degrees. Like, he's in a good industry. Like, he has a good career. Like, you feel me? So, to me, that just sounds like long-term slave work. So, I don't really feel like that's anything to be proud about. I'm just saying, y'all, like, our parents are still, to me, if your parents are, like, in their, like, my parents are maybe in their late 30s, early 40s ish, or like early 40s, late 30s, right? All I'm saying is their mentality, I just feel like, is still slavish. Shoot me, I don't care. It's still slavish. Like, I've heard people say, like, oh, at least they pay me. Like, they didn't pay the slaves. Yes, they did. The slaves got free housing and free food and free health care. I mean, say how you want to say it. You feel me? They got it. I'm not talking about the conditions. I'm saying, did they get it? Yes or no? Yes. Yes, they got free food. They was not paying for food. Yes, they got free housing. They were not paying for housing. Yes, they got free health care. They were not paying for health care. Okay? Period. So, like, now, you go to work slavery. Okay, you work at a plantation. I don't care what you say. That's a plantation. Okay, you work at a plantation. And I'm not saying nothing against nobody that works at a plantation. I've worked at plantations. Like, I'm not saying nothing about it. I'm just saying this is what it is. Like, I'm going to be the one to say it. I'm going to be the one to say it. It's going to be me. Davina Bay, I'm saying it. Okay, but what I'm saying is, you go to a plantation, okay? You slave for pennies on the dollar because let's just say a company is worth, I don't know, $76 billion and you're getting $500 a week. Let's even say you're getting like $700 a week. Let's say you're getting $1,000 a week from a $76 billion company. I'm not saying to be greedy, y'all, but $76 billion company, and you get $1,000 a week. Let's say on the high side, you get $1,000 a week from this $1 billion company. $1,000 a week from a $76 billion company. That's all I'm saying. Sounds funny. So I get that much, right? Let's say I get 1,000 from that's the paycheck. But once I get it, if you don't know that you're more, you haven't done your research, you haven't studied, then guess what? You're getting taxed. I'm not saying nothing about it. I was there. Obviously, we were all there at one point. I'm not talking down about it. I'm just saying we were all there, okay? So I'm getting taxed, okay? I'm getting federal tax. Some states have state tax. So if you're lucky to be in a state that doesn't have state tax, kudos, okay? Then you got Social Security, you got Medicaid, like all that's coming out. And then when you go to Walmart to purchase your groceries, they're taxing you. And then if you own a house, they're taxing you. Allegedly, there's some type of car tax, property tax, like, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Like, all I'm saying is something like hum, you know? But it just like all these taxes, but they're paying you though. And then I'm just talking about the taxes. Like, you still have to pay bills. Like, you're still paying bills. You're still paying bills. You're still paying bills every month, every 30 days. Like, what? And on a regular, like, let's be real. You have your rent. You have maybe a car note. You maybe have car insurance. You probably have an electric bill. Maybe you have an internet bill. Maybe you have homeowner's insurance. Like, I don't know. That's 6 bills right there that I can just think of, like, off the top of my head, you know? Like, we'll talk about bills in another video. Like, I'm just gonna say they're not real. Like, wake up, man. Have y'all, like, I don't know, I know this is kind of like off topic, but like, have y'all seen the Divergent series? Like, if y'all haven't seen that, y'all need to watch that. If y'all seen the Divergent series, like this, like this. I'm telling y'all, that stuff, like, I don't know, it just seems so like surreal to me. But look, like, man, okay, anyways, that is such, like, that series is just so good. It's good. Anyways, but yeah, like, I'm just like, it's just, so ultimately you're a slave. You do get paid, but you have bills, you have to eat, you have to put gas in the car, you probably want to go out, you probably take flights, like, you probably buy luxurious things, you probably want a nice car. Like, it's just so much. Like, it's so much. You probably want a nice TV. Like, you want a nice phone. Like, you want to live in the flyest places. Like, it's just, you know, you want to do so much, but, like, they're only trying to pay you, like, $1,000 a week. And I'm saying that, but some people don't even get paid that. Like, and hats off to y'all, because I I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. I don't want to know, to be honest. Like, hats off to you is all I'm gonna say. I'm not even talking down about you. Hats off. Kudos to you. Glad you made it through. Simple as that. But you know, I don't know. Like, I'm telling you, look, when you discover that you are a Moor, do you hear me? Like, when you discover that you are a Moor, you know yourself. Like, you know who you are, bro. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You feel me? Can't nobody tell me nothing, because it's just like, how? And then, like, when they make that attempt, I simply ask him this: are you black? Like, yeah. Oh, okay. All right. That's fine. And then anything you say after that, like, is very questionable to me. Because I'm not saying, like, you have to go all out and, like, label yourself this whole, like, not black, blah, blah, blah. Like, but if a regular person asks you, like, I'm sorry, anybody ask me that, like, I'm going to tell them because I know. Are you black? No. Never. Oh, you're so technical. I don't care. I can be as technical as I want to be. Here's the thing, like, so I've had a person, I was going to say a people. I had a person ask me, like, because I was talking about whatever, right? And I had a person ask me, they're like, so you don't say you're black, right? And I'm like, right. And they're like, okay, so whenever you're at these plantations, which obviously they didn't say plantations, but I'm telling it how I heard it, right? So they're like, when you're at these plantations, you don't check off black? I was like, no. They're like, well, what do you check off? I check off white. Duh. What you mean you check off white? I check off white because obviously I'm not black, but I feel like I could prove I'm white. Sounds silly, right? Don't worry about it. I got y'all. I'm gonna insert a little definition here. Anyways, but the actual word is free white persons, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna insert that, and then I'm also gonna insert the word black. Okay, so I'm not black, right? We're not even talking about me being white. I'm not gonna check off black because I'm definitely not black. So I'm just gonna prove to you how I'm not black. Therefore, if I'm not black, then you have to prove to me that I'm white. Simple as that. Is that not, like, that's how I see it? Sounds funny? That's okay. You probably don't know yourself yet. And when you don't know yourself, that's the situation that you're put in. So all I'm saying is, ultimately, know yourself. Like, don't believe something that someone says just because, like, oh, you trust them. No, it doesn't matter. People you trust could be wrong. Your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your auntie, uncle, cousin, best friend, baby daddy, mama, president, whoever. Like, these people could be completely wrong. Like, you have to always do your own research. Like, but it's also good to talk to people in that field just so you can kind of get some information, like, from personal experiences, because obviously personal experiences, they speak a lot better than just reading a book. Not saying that you shouldn't read, you definitely should, like, so you can know the direction to go, but definitely also having someone in that field or doing what you're doing, that definitely helps. So all I'm saying is, know yourself. Like, I can never be black, okay? I'm sorry, I can't. Not sorry, but I can never be black. So because I'm not black, now I'm wondering, okay, well, what am I? Who am I? And that's ultimately, like, that helped me into becoming, or not becoming, but discovering that I am a Moor. You feel me? Like, it just so much has changed. I've opened up, like, my mental horizon. Like, I'm just elevating, thinking about stuff that I probably wasn't thinking about before. Like, it's just, look, when you know yourself, your whole life starts to change. Things get crazy. Like, not crazy, but you know, when a lot of stuff happens at once, it's like, whoa, So that's all I'm saying. But I mean, look, tax exempt, not having to pay taxes, like, remember all these taxes that we have to pay, y'all. Like, that's all I'm saying, because something doesn't make sense, and we just have to figure out what doesn't make sense and how we can make it make sense. And the sooner that we make it make sense, then I'm sure the easier life will be. So there's that. I want to go ahead and go over this word of the day with y'all. Okay, the word of the day is prenomen. My prenomen is Divina. Okay, prenomen means your first name. So if someone asks you, what's your prenomen? Okay, it's your first name. So we have to start broadening our vocabulary horizon, because certain words that you hear, it's like people are speaking in English, but if you don't understand, then I mean, that could possibly pass as like a different language. So there's a language called legalese, and with this language, it's like it sounds like English, but it's not. And you know it's not English because you have your attorney or your lawyer translate for you. They just read it to you and they're like, oh, it just means this. But like when you look at that, that's not what you understand it to mean. But broaden your vocabulary horizon, because that is what makes all the difference in everything. Because these words out here, y'all, they are tricky, sticky. Okay? Tricky, sticky is all I'm saying. But I just want to say gratitude for watching my channel, this episode here. And subscribe, like, and comment. And think about everything that I say, because obviously I'm a goddess and I know everything.